Kristen with Collision Hub, and we're back at the 3M booth talking about some of the innovative tools and products that they have that makes your job easier in the collision repair center. And one of the things that's always been kind of a stopping issue on Friday when we're looking at delivery is D-Nib and polish. Now, no matter how good you take care of your paint booth, cleanliness, filters, whatever you're using, you're occasionally going to have a speck in there, and sending it back through to the detailer or back through your paint prepper for wet sand and then buff has always been a time-consuming operation. The 3M's got a new tool called the D-Nib and Polish Kit that lets you do some really spot-on detailing of some of your nibs. Dan, thanks for taking the time to visit with us today. This is just such a great tool. I love it.
Well, thank you. Yeah, the whole idea behind this is to keep the repair area very small so that it doesn't disturb a large area of the factory-looking texture that we want to maintain just as much as we do color match. We want to maintain the texture. So it keeps the repair area small, and the polishing tool doesn't create a large mess like the typical rotary tools.
Right, right. So we always have to just put my compound down and start to go, and I'd end up having to clean moldings and all other things. So, but what I really like about it is just the speed and efficiency. So it's letting me, if I've got a couple of nibs to take out before delivery, I'm doing it in that small area, polishing really quick, and the car's going to the front where it needs to be in less time, less bottlenecking. So let's give a quick demonstration on how this works so the shops can see it in workflow.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a relatively freshly painted automotive clear-coated panel here. This is our denibbing tool. It's battery-powered lithium-ion. Just has an on-off switch. The speed is adjustable. We'll just run it into medium speed. There are two different abrasives available for it: 1000 grit for larger nibs, and then 1500 grit for medium and smaller size nibs. If I do choose to go with the 1000, I should refine that scratch with the 1500 before moving on to the polishing, but it's just designed to be a one sanding step. We don't need to go any further than 1500. We can polish that out easily.
Now, one of the things on the variable speeds, I know I've gotten some questions on some people that I've actually gifted that to and wanted to see what they think. But different clear coats have different consistencies of the hardeners, and you really want to make sure that you're adjusting that speed properly, or you may undercut or overcut.
Absolutely.
Sometimes.
Yep. The whole idea behind having the speed adjustable is just like you mentioned, a really soft clear may almost kind of smear. If it's fresh out of the booth, the panel may even still be a little bit warm. I'm going to want to run this tool quite a bit slower. If it's a good dry clear like this one, I'm going to be able to turn it up a little bit more. These were painted in advance and shipped to the show, so it's about a week and a half, 2 weeks old. It's pretty well cured at this point.
Great.
So yeah, I'll just show you how it works. Basically, I don't want to push down hard. You can see that it has a built-in foam pad. If I push down hard, I'll dig a hole. I just want to stop at the top of the nib, start at the top of the nib, and more or less shave it down. If at any point it seems like my cut is slow, I just clean off the sandpaper. You see, we're able to keep the repair size very small, which will make an almost unnoticeable repair in the end. So it was a decent sized nib. I maybe could have gone with with the 1000 grit first.
Yeah.
But 1500 is still doing an adequate job. You'll notice I'm not pushing down very hard at all.
Yeah, you want to let the disc do the work for you. I've had some people tell me that they've had some, they pushed a little too hard, maybe some issues with the tip, but the abrasive's going to do the work for you, not your hand.
Yeah. Yep. If you push down hard, you'll be able to see the repair. Okay, so that's really about all that I need to do.
And that's really, I mean, you think about traditionally, even if I had one nib or maybe a couple together, because sometimes when we end up with a nib issue, it's always maybe something in my nozzle, an air pressure issue, or a trash. I'm going to have a couple of things together. But in the past, man, I might have had an area that was about this big by the time I ended up doing my wet sanding or even just a dry sand cut on some of the discs. So that's just a great way to maintain that warranty, keep good coverage. I love that.
Absolutely, yeah. It'll make a pretty much undetectable repair once it's done. So then after that, we're done sanding, we go right to our polisher. This is our pneumatic polisher just designed for this system. Different than even like a 3-inch polisher, which is rotary. This is more like a dual action sander, but a very large throw. The benefit of this is with the correct pressure and keeping the pad on the panel, I'm not going to get sling. So my cleanup is basically just wipe off the little repair area and I'm done.
All right. That's one of my most, when I was delivering cars to the customer, when they come out of my paint shop and go up to the front, I hated when I found compound or any microfine on some of the moldings because I just felt like, and I wanted that customer to have a perfect thing. So being able to not have the throw just makes it all that better.
Yep. All right, so what I want to do on a dry pad or a new pad is pre-saturate the pad a little bit with our denibbing liquid, which is specifically designed just for this process. Kind of pre-wet the pad a little bit. And I'm just going to put a dot on there. If I had more, I would just continue to put a dot on each of the different repair areas. And I'm gonna use medium pressure and hold it for about 8 seconds is kind of a good rule of thumb. It's gonna vary a little bit based on the clear, how dry it is, etc. But 8 seconds is a good starting point. And then I let go of the trigger while the pad is still on the panel and I don't get a bunch of sling. I'll take a detail cloth and wipe that up. So at this point, we'll be able to see a bit of a halo just because of the coarseness of the buffing pad and the liquid, but that's okay. What I want to do is inspect and make certain that I don't see any sand scratches. And when I look at that, I don't. And the nib looks like it's pretty much flattened out, it's gone.
Right, it's great. We're completely without a nib now, and we have a halo area that's just about the size of my hands, which for those of us that have been doing a lot of color sand and polish in our life, we know that's a pretty impressive small little area.
Yep, so if it's a medium or a light colored car, I'm not gonna see that halo. I can just ship it, I'm done, it's one step. Because this is black, I wanna up the level that I'm taking it to a little bit. We're gonna switch to our blue pad, which is a softer foam, and our ultra fine machine polish out of our large panel paint finishing system. Again, pre-wet a dry pad. Now I'm just going to make certain that I polish a little bit larger so that I don't leave any ring.
Right.
Again, no splatter. I'm going to take a different detail cloth that's just designed for wiping up this product so I don't cross-contaminate. Wipe that up. I should have a pretty much undetectable repair.
Man, that's amazing. That makes things just so much faster. I've also found that I can occasionally use this stuff on kind of like when we're going to shows with some of the cars and some of the custom cars, maybe something in transportation, just being able to pull out at the show, fix something very quickly, very small, makes the car go a lot faster on show day. So,
a lot of shops have found that if the car goes through the whole process in a shop, goes through our large panel system and it's in basically the delivery area, customers waiting and they find a little imperfection, they can quickly and easily take this system out, fix what needs to be fixed and not make a big mess out of the car so it needs to go through having it washed again.
Right.
So that's been a lot of benefit to a lot of shops.
Right, it always happens in the estimator as a final inspection, we find just one little thing, and not being able to have to send it completely back through the refinishing process, start with the detailer and go back through, means that if you call that customer and say, hey, your car's gonna be ready at 4:30 and you find a 3:15 or 4:15 problem, you're gonna make that 4:30 delivery time with no problem at all.
Yep.
So if some people wanted to learn some more information about the D-Nib kit, where should they go?
There's demonstration videos that basically take you just through what I did on our website, 3m.com/automotive, as well as you can find all the information on the entire kit for this system there as well.
That's great. Well, I've been using the D-Nib kit for about a year now in the shop, in the studios, working on some of the cars that kind of come in and out and what we're shooting on, and I absolutely love it. I got a smaller repair area. It lets me do quick repairs, customer delivery, and even for some of those cars that you're taking out to the shows, if you have a little small imperfection, you're going to be able to fix it right there where you're displaying and not have to have a big mess and get it ready for show day. So Dan, I appreciate you taking the time. Amazing tool. We know that you're going to be busy. I've seen the demos going on all week, so we're going to get out of here. We'll be back a little bit later with some more innovative tools for your shop from 3M. Thanks.